So you're going to be greeted by the character creation screen. You can make a character look as goofy as you want. You can have a bit of fun with this, make neck sizes, shoulders, all of that can be made as big or as small as you want. It won't actually affect what you see in your camera. What it will affect though is how you are actually sort of seen by other players. So what I always sort of recommend is making everything as small as possible, because that'll allow you to be able to hide in the shadows that much more. You may feel a little bit goofy running around with a midget, but don't be, because honestly you have the upper edge. So we'll just bring all of this in. He's some sort of strange, we'll make it female. Yeah, it's not too bad, a bit torso heavy. Also, go with the black. I know it's really crazy and stupid, there's no real reason for it other than, like I say, with the shadows, you get a nice, beautiful covering. So you want to go ahead, East Zone is a really good little start off, North Zone is also sort of just as good. That pillar that you just saw there, they're spawns, they're various colors. If you find a white one, you can get it from level 3. So they're good to keep an eye out for. That's level 25. So you create your survivor and you wake up on a beach, butt ass naked, with a thing in your arm. That thing in your arm is your inventory and your character management screen. If you go ahead and hit I, that brings up that. If you go ahead and hit V, that brings up your craftable section, which you can also get to just up there. They're switching like that. So, first thing you want to do when you wake up, get yourself a rock. There's usually plenty lying about on the beach. This one's a bit sparse, but yeah, usually there's a heap of rocks lying around. These ones you'll need a pickaxe, just a loose rock. Grab that. So, standard Minecraft rules, I guess. Punch a tree. I dread to think what might happen when a bunch of kids, are left in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. They need to build shelter and they just go around punching trees. So that's about what you need. You need 10 thatch, 1 wood, and 1 stone to go ahead and create your pickaxe. So go ahead and do that. You're going to jump into your inventory items straight away and throw that down to your hotbar as number 1. Now, if you use different tools on different items, it will have different effects. If you use a pickaxe on a tree, you will get a lot more thatch than you do wood. As you can see at the top there, the thatch is rocketing up. So, the thatch is good and all. It's your first level of housing, but it's not really that strong. You will find many uses for it later on. You want to walk up to one of these big rocks. If you notice, just above on the right hand side, you've got the health at the bottom, stamina, hunger, then you got water, carry weight, and that's your progress bar to your level. You level up passively. If you're just standing here, you will be gaining a level. I'll show you. The level bar is going up slowly but surely, just standing here. Now that will get much less noticeable as you go on. But above all that, you'll see a little symbol there. It's got a spade and a pickaxe. That means with the cross, I can't do anything there. It won't work. When I bring my tool out though, that goes away, and I can start mining this rock. I've gone ahead and I've got myself some flint, which is awesome. Get some more thatch because that tree's just there. Why not? Take heaps of thatch using the pickaxe there. Alright, so just leveled up. All of these, health, stamina, oxygen, food, water, weight, melee damage, they all go up by 10%. And you get about what you'd think from them. Your movement speed goes up 2%, and it's kind of a good idea to get that up to about 116%. You'll find that you can suddenly overtake dinosaurs that you're trying to kill, and yeah, you tend to just be that much faster. You can get away from a situation, get to an area quicker. The other one is fortitude. If you go ahead and raise your fortitude, you'll be able to take more hits, but you'll wear out less easily. Also, in a fist fight, you will come out on top. So I tend to sort of concentrate on them. Maybe throw one on there if I find I'm having trouble with it with the character. I'll go ahead and raise fortitude up. Now, your engrams are basically things you can create. You get a certain amount of points with every level. You want to start in the beginning, definitely with a hatchet, and definitely with a campfire. Alrighty. So you want to put your hatchet. Oh! Beasties are out, of course. Now I'm poisoned now. Bottom left hand side of the screen there. And I've just been knocked out by the poison. Hopefully, yep, that's that thing that poisoned me. It's going ahead and having a go at the Triceratops that's there, which is, it suits me fine. They'll battle it out. There's plenty of dinosaur battles that happen during the game. Terribly sorry this sort of happened now. Death is a constant thing in the game, whether it be from players, whether it be from dinosaurs. Death is everywhere in the game, so it's also very realistic. Example, this. I've also been trapped before in a rock sort of space. I fell between two rocks. I couldn't get myself out. The only way to die was to wait until I starved to death. So, now I'm awake, and I'm going to go ahead and make an axe. And we'll put that in as number 2. And we'll make a torch, because it'll be dark fairly soon. So, in the meantime, just muck-assing about. We've gathered most of the other stuff. We need 16 stone. I defecated just then. Yes, you can defecate. It ends up as fertilizer. It's pretty good. So we've got a nice little tool set there. You can pick up your own poop, which is, I still think it's kind of gross. So, head over, mine yourself some stone. You'll get a lot of flint if you use the pickaxe. If you use the hatchet, you'll get a lot more stone. See, different tools for different things. Again, if you use the hatchet on trees, you'll get a heap of wood. Absolute heap ton of wood. I'll show you. We'll go over to this tree. And just wood out the wazoo. Heaps of wood. Got wood? Yes, I do. So keep hacking away. Haven't really been keeping check on how much I've got. I've got 13. I'll show you a trick with that in a tip. So now we have ourselves a fire to build. We press V, bring that up, lovely. Campfire goes ahead, and we'll pop that on 0. Now, it's pretty much your first introduction to the building system, the campfire. You press Q to holster your weapon, or whatever you happen to have out. Stay away from the water, like, you know, you see those shallows, keep to them. What I did just then was I had to go get myself a drink. At the moment, there is no other way than getting your head under until you have a water skin. So, most of the time, to begin with, you'll want to do some foraging to get yourself some food. You walk up to all this sort of foliage here thing, you get a hand symbol, and you just press E, and they go ahead and forage, and you can walk ahead slowly and do a bit of foraging. You can usually sort of have most of that done by the time you wake up. So here we go, foraging away here. Getting some berries and other goodness. And we can use them right away. Have a bit of a snack, as it were. Because what we're going to do after this, have a bit of a snack here. And then that dodo bird, I've heard they're incredibly tasty. So they also run away. They do tend to stick around in packs though, and they if there's 2 or 3 of them around, they will protect themselves. So we've got ourselves some meat. We press 0 to bring out the campfire, and that sort of that's the building system there. Now, ooh, over there, a couple of jungle cats, 3 jungle cats. We really want to stay away from them. Not very friendly at all. We're nowhere near a level we can sort of take on that, anything like that. We'll put the campfire here, I think. Open the inventory for it, and then you put in some thatch. We'll just put in half the thatch that we've got and half the wood. And then you light the fire, throw in the raw meat, and you'll start cooking yourself some food. Now, in doing all of that, we've gotten huge amounts of level boost, which is just lovely, you know, because we're about to pretty much level up. We look at that, we've got 19 out of 20. If we get a few more stones, we'll probably level that. Now, your stones, your trees, they all do respawn, don't panic, but they take a long time. Chances are you won't see the respawn in the one sit down play. So, like, your initial instinct will be to run out from whatever base you build and sort of clear the initial area. I will advise against that, simply because it will deforest your starting base, which will make it much easier to see, and people will have a go at it, or even just walk over and just be annoying. We'll go ahead and raise our movement speed a bit. And now, definitely want a spear, because we're going to need more food. And here you can see you can start building yourself a house. You can go ahead, get yourself pretty much a floor and 3 walls, and by night time you should be able to get the rest. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and make myself some pants and a top, because hot and cold are a thing, and clothing yourself against the elements can help. I don't know what happened there, I just got a complete brain fart. So we've got your cloth pants here and your cloth shirt. Now I'm going to go ahead, they both only take fiber, which you pick up when you're foraging. It's from plants on the ground that you sort of forage from. Take our meat out of there, it's nicely cooked. Put that down at 6, I think, so we can eat it on the fly. We don't have to pull the inventory up. I will, however, tell you about narco berries. Read the description, it's true. You eat them and your sleepiness, or in this game your torpor, will go up and you will eventually pass out. If you're in a fairly safe place and you need to munch them, go ahead. Otherwise, they can be used to make narcotics or help with taming dinosaurs. Your stimberries, they're good in a pinch. They make Red Bull type mixture later on that gives you energy, but goes ahead and dehydrates you. They also will massively dehydrate you, just eating the berries themselves, and it can pretty much be not worth it. So when you're hungry, your best bet is going to be a few berries and a munch on some meat. So we're going to get some fiber for these. Now put your engrams straight into your hotbar. They stay red. But what it allows you to do, we'll go foraging to get some of the fiber, and we'll see as soon as it's ready to be made, it'll light up. Which means if you're only trying to make one item, or even if you're trying to make a few items, you can throw it there. You know what you sort of need. If you press the button and hold it, so I'm going to press 9 and hold it down, it comes up there with requirements. You can still move around, you can still do things, it doesn't block you out. But it will come up there with the requirements to build it. Now, if I wanted to build another campfire, I don't have the necessary requirements, but if I wanted to find out what they are, with them, on my hotbar, I can hold down 0. You know, it's grayed out there, but I hold down 0, pops on up, that, oh look, I only need 2 more stone, I can build another campfire. Meanwhile, I can build myself a shirt, so I'm going to do that while I'm walking around, and while I'm getting stuff. Don't know why I can't grab. Oh, because they're vines. We've gotten quite high up. So we've made ourselves a shirt, which is nice. Along the way, we'll probably pick up another couple of stones. We can make another campfire, which would be brilliant. Got enough there for a shirt. Not too many more. You get a heap of fiber. It's abundant in source. And then we make ourselves a pair of pants. We'll grab a couple of rocks while we're at it. Yeah, a couple of rocks there. Now, that hasn't changed at all, but because we've got all the ingredients, all I have to do is tap the button, and I start making it without delay, and I can go ahead and place it down. You can do that with building materials, with tools, with absolutely anything. If it's in your hotbar, you know, if you've got the materials, you can make it from your hotbar. If you don't have the materials, you can check and see which materials you need. Now the fires have gone out and the temperature's dropping. I want a bit of heat. Yes, I do. So, bring that out. Now, we've made ourselves some clothes. We can take away the engrams now. You can drag them off or double click. Put on some pants and a shirt. So that's... We'll walk around with a fire and that'll keep us a bit warm as well. Put it away. Yeah, it's already starting to get a bit cold. So, what we've got now, the task to build a spear. Need 8 wood and 12 fiber. We've already got the flint. So, what do? We pull this out. We hack us up some wood. And then go looking for some fiber. Now, you can carry multiple spears, but they are quite heavy. They've got a bulk of 8. So, you can throw them, you can pick them up. They break kind of easily, but they're not that hard to create from basic materials. We created the spear because the engram went nice and light there. I'm going to grab some more firewood just quickly. It's getting quite dark. Go back into this little cave that we've made here. Access the inventory there. Put that in there. Put that in there. And light the fire again. Now, when the inventory is full, tapping it will put out the fire. When it's empty, it'll just access the inventory. So might as well get the second fire going. Just for aesthetics, I suppose. Oh! Dear, I've broken my hatchet. Well, that's okay, because the same thing applies. You press 2. Oh, nope, I need some thatch. My mistake. Grab some thatch. And, yep. Press 2, and the repair job starts. Nice and easy. Lovely. So So we'll start this fire up here. Now, that was from one tree, keep in mind. 21 wood and 4 thatch. So you'll see the cost of building houses and things soon enough. Don't be too daunting. It's still nowhere near as bad as you think. So let's get rid of that spear engram while we're here. I like to have all my tools together like that. You know, they can all be used for combat. That's your weakest going up. That can be used for combat, but I wouldn't recommend it. You can, however, forage while you have the torch lit, and night is very, very dark. So, 20 minutes into the game, you follow those sort of instructionary guidelines, and you'll be standing there, character, spear, nightfall, ready to go. You know, nicely fed, able to feed yourself again. Yeah, come back for part 2 when we'll deal with, you know, your first death. And, well, yeah, coping with re-life.